Welcome back to Best Academy TV. In this video, we're going to focus on how to differentiate chain functions. We are given question 2 here. They said differentiate y equal to 3s squared plus 5 or is equal to 4 with respect to s. Now, this is what you have to understand, that whenever you are given a question to differentiate, the first thing you have to do is to identify the function. Though in our first video, we treated the first function. In our second video, we treated the second function. And this is our third video. We are trying to treat the third function, which is question 2 here. That is derivative by chain function. Please take note. You can either call it chain function or function of a function. Please take note of this. All right. So when do we call a function chain function or function of a function? Now, whenever the function consists of inside and outside parts, whenever the function consists of inside and outside parts, or whenever an expression is incaptive with a power. If an expression is incaptive with a power, we use chain function or function of a function. Let's solve this here to understand the function perfectly here. Solution. Whenever you are given any equation that consists of inside part and outside part, the formula to use is this: our dy over dx will be equal to the inner derivative times the outer derivative. Please don't forget this formula. Very important. Don't forget the formula. So our intention here is to know the inner part in this particular question here. In this question here, what is the inner part and the outer part? So the inner part is the expression that is inside of in the bracket, is the expression that is inside the bracket. Please take note. The inner part is the expression that is inside the bracket. So we have the inner here to be we have the inner here to be our inner part there is equal to plus 3s squared plus 5. If you look into this formula here, in the formula we have inner derivative. It means I have to differentiate this guy to have our inner derivative. So let's differentiate inner. I will have this to be inner derivative here be equal to plus differentiate 3s squared, that is take the power down to the base, subtract 1 from it. I will have it to be 6s raised to the power of 1 plus this 5 here is a constant. Now, what is a constant? Any digit that there is no attachment of letter to it, that particular digit is a constant, and the differential coefficient of a constant is equal to 0. So we don't need to differentiate this here. The answer to this is 0. Please take note. I will have this to be 0. So this will be equal to plus s raised to the power of 1 is s. Anything raised to the power of 1 is the base. So I will have this to be s 6s only. I will have this with 6s. So I have differentiated the inner and the result is 6s. Let's differentiate the outer to get this particular part here. But before we differentiate the outer, let's know the outer first. Now from the equation outer, let's go back to the equation. This is the equation here. Now how do we identify the outer? Please listen to me carefully. To identify the outer, whenever you remove the inner part, what is left is the outer. So if you remove the inner part here, what is left is bracket open and close raised to the power of 4. Okay, so I will have this to be our outer is bracket open and close raised to the power of 4. So our outer derivative here will be just the same way. If you have y equal to s raised to the power of 4, to differentiate this expression here, you take the power down to the base, right? You subtract 1 from it. So the same thing here, class. You subtract 1 from it. So the same thing here, class. I have this to be outer derivative will be equal to, take the power down to the base will be 4, open and close bracket. Subtract 1 from it is 3. Please take note. So our dy ds here. So our dy over ds which is equal to inner derivative times outer derivative will be equal to, the inner there is 6x times the outer there is 4 bracket open and close raised to the power of 3. Please take note. So when you multiply 6x, when you multiply 6, when you multiply here 6x times 4 will give us 24x bracket open and close raised to the power of 3. Class, whenever you have whenever you have brackets in captive with a power, you don't expand that particular bracket. Okay, you don't expand. So we have brackets here and there's a power here which is 3 here. So I so we have bracket here and there's a power in this bracket here, so there's no need for me to expand this 20s 24s, right? Now what is the next thing to do here, class? In mathematics we don't have anything as empty bracket in mathematics, right? Now what you have to do here is to fill in this gap here, this bracket here, and the question now is what will be replaced in this bracket here. Now what will be replaced in this bracket is the expression inside the bracket from the equation. So let's go to the equation here. What is inside the bracket in the equation there? What is inside the equation from the equation? What is inside the bracket from the equation there is 3, remember, is 3s squared plus 5. So I will replace this bracket with what is inside the bracket from the equation, which is 3s squared plus 5. Class, this is my answer here. All right. Now let's consider the next function, which is exponential function. To get the full video here is to hit the subscribe button. Okay, thank you.